What's going on, everybody? I am Team Tommy, a.k.a. Mr. Pickles, a.k.a. the Slender Black Man.
It's too many, man. It's too many. It's boy too nice. That's it.
Boy too nice to my left. And we are the No Refund.
Oh, wait. I do got an a.k.a. Charms the solution.
One more time.
Charms the solution.
So we are the No Refunds podcast. That's a new one to me. On today's
one of my fucking things.
On today's episode,
It's like
we're talking about being a step parent, talking to your ex, and there's a third topic in there somewhere, but I forgot it. It's been a long day.
We'll get to it. We'll find it somewhere in there.
To start, as we always do, we like to check up on you. Mm-hmm. Sir Too Nice. I feel like a game show host. Sir Too Nice, come on down.
Oh, right now.
We'll be bidding on a microwave that you may not be able to afford. How was your week?
Fuck my week, son.
All right.
One of those type of weeks.
Interesting.
All right. Yeah, it's all good, though. You know, we're here.
You want to know how my week was?
I didn't, but I can see you want to tell me.
It's pretty cool.
How was your week, my G?
So, I took off, first of all, this is going to be the LMA section of the show, which I always have to promote. I went to LMA concert this Wednesday in Philadelphia. It was lit. I showed up a little bit late, which was a mistake because, one, her discography does not lend you to being late to one of her shows. It was just her.
3 songs.
Yeah, it was just her. And if you were to play all of her stuff, I showed up late. So I showed up at maybe like 10 minutes after 8 thinking, she's going to have like an opener. She might have somebody play an instrument or two before she comes out. She still is
the opener, though.
Yeah, exactly. So when I got there at 8:10, she was performing maybe like her third song by the time I got there, which was upsetting for one because I didn't get to see her come out on stage. And I mean, other than that though, when I got there, it was all cool. She, as I always say, she was phenomenal. She is a great singer. She is a beautiful soul. I don't know. It's the thing. Like, I don't get starstruck often. I feel like you want to say something, but you want to hold back, so you're gonna have to do that. I don't get starstruck often, but it's a thing where LMA is something special.
Yeah.
For some reason,
6'2".
like for some reason, I don't want to say like she's not. Obviously, she's not
special
fat.
Teams.
No, obviously. It's not funny. I'm not laughing at that at all.
Free safety.
Obviously, she's not like fat, but the fact that she was on the stage commanding everybody to draw their attention to her.
She's not fat.
Can I get to what I was saying? Jesus Christ!
You called this bitch fat.
No, what I was saying is obviously she's not fat.
Okay.
But the way that she carried herself, or the way that she was moving around the stage, shut up. She drew everybody's attention to her and gave her like a aura to her, to the fact that like she's like super grounded, or she's like down to earth, and like I didn't know that the concert was gonna be just her for one. So
are you saying that she has a fat girl aura?
I'm saying she's got a confident fat girl aura. Yeah, so it's like she don't care about what nobody got to say.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that though.
Right?
Those fat girl confident ones.
Especially the confident ones. Yeah.
Oh, the ones that slide in your DM, but you don't respond to them anyway.
You just look at it like, huh? I appreciate.
She feeling herself.
I appreciate that. Swipe
right.
on to the next close. But no, so I went to the show. The show started at 8:00. I kid you not when I tell you this show ended at 9:00, which, like I said, I don't know what I expected. Her discography doesn't lend herself to having more than an hour long worth of a show. But while I was there, I had a good time. She was wonderful. The only thing, like one downside about the show was that for some reason she thought it would be necessary, or her team thought it was necessary for her to have drums in the background, or drums as her main instrument for her songs, and that pretty much drowned out every song that she was singing. So that was annoying. But everything else, as far as like her voice, her songs, her presence on stage, it was all amazing. It was a good time.
Her presence is pretty big.
Yeah. She's not tall at all.
6'2". Your presence.
She was standing on the stage that was actually like 2 feet tall, and I made her like 6 feet tall, so she's actually like 4'1". I did the measurements in my head. But yeah, that was my one day. And then I took off for the rest of the week after that for some reason.
You took off the whole week?
Yeah, I took off the whole. Well, I had hours to spare. I took off the rest of that week, or the rest of this week, because I thought I was going to get some work done.
Some pussy?
Of course not. I did not get any work done whatsoever. I just stayed at home and
did you get any pussy this
rested
week?
for the most part. I'm sorry, what?
Did you get any pussy this week?
I got no vajayjay this week. Got no whoopee, even though after all the whoopee talk that we had last week, I got.
So wait, so who did you go to this LMA concert with?
I went to the LMA concert with a friend of mine.
Your Tenderoni?
I went to the LMA concert with a friend of mine. She had a good time. She enjoyed the music.
Mrs. Swipe
then
Right?
Afterwards, we went to the Franklin Fountain, if you're familiar with that, which is a ice cream place in Philly where the ice cream is lit, but they don't take any type of card, so you got to pay cash, which, of course, they have an ATM next door, and, of course, you got to pay stripper fees to get some money out of the ATM. It's like $3 to get like $20 out, which is excessive. So, quick reminder or quick tip, if you're going to the Franklin Fountain in Philadelphia, make sure you bring cash and get the cash beforehand.
And or bring a stripper, because strippers always have singles on them.
Correct. Also, if you're taking... Is that a topic on there?
Strippers like ice cream. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but why would you take a stripper out?
You wouldn't give a stripper ice cream?
Nah.
But you would take a girl with a boyfriend to see an LMA concert?
Yes. And she don't have a boyfriend. So, on to the beginning of today's topics. 2 segments or 2 instances happened this week with celebrities. One female, and the other being male.
Mm.
The first was Nicki Minaj going off on Safaree.
Mm.
And the second was Teyana Taylor.
Well, let's do them individually first. Let's get into the Nicki Minaj shit first.
I'm sorry, I zoned out for a second. When I said Teyana Taylor. When I said Teyana Taylor, in my mind, I was trying to make sure that I didn't say Teyana Trump, because they are two completely different.
I mean, if you want to talk about Teyana Trump,
Tiana, when you said stripper, because I have a topic on here where we're talking about porn stars versus strippers, and when I said Tiana, I was like, there's way too many Tianas floating around in my head. But yeah, Teyana Taylor went off on Jeremih on his concert. But you want to start with Nicki Minaj. Like I said, I don't know the full story. I know parts of the story. I know why, or I know when she went off on Safaree.
So let me break it down then. All right, so Nicki Minaj dropped her album.
Teyana Trump.
Nicki Minaj dropped her album last week, and during the album drop, she started doing a press run where she's going to radio stations and she's talking to the DJs and interviewers and whatever. So for some reason, she decided to address a topic that was like pretty much 3 or 4 years old, which would be the fact that her and her ex Safaree, I guess she was claiming that he was alleging to have wrote for her at some point during her career. He was writing for her.
Right. Which he cleared up like a few years ago.
I mean, honestly, I've paid attention to most of the interviews that he's done as far as the Breakfast Club and like major platform interviews. I never heard him say that. Like, if anything, he kind of said, no, I didn't write for her. Well, no, but he contributed it. That's what I heard him say.
Yeah, I think that's been recently. I think beforehand he might have not necessarily outright said it, but I think he might have I think it was said, but he didn't like correct it. I think that's what happened. Correct. Like what he said was, he might have implied. What came out of his mouth was that he contributed it. Like if somebody's it's like the episode of Everybody Hates Chris. Like somebody said something about you, and you don't actually deny it. You just say,
You fucked that bitch, didn't you? You ain't say no, exactly, but you ain't say yes. So niggas gonna be like, okay, that body language. But no, so at first, allegedly he never denied it, but he never said he did.
Hey, well, you know.
So I guess she addressed that. But again, I've seen many interviews where he deliberately said he did not do it, and this is prior to this incident. So from what I saw, he said he never did it. He never wrote for her. She wrote for herself. But he did say that he did contribute, and also they wrote him a check because on a lot of her albums, he's listed as an EP executive. He EP executive producer, whatever. A lot of that shit.
Is that what EP stand for?
Executive producer? No, maybe.
Okay, no. That is. Sorry, that's an LP.
Okay, but anyway, my point is, so we're getting to the topic of Nicki Minaj. Why did she go off on Safaree? I feel like the reason that she did all this shit was for fucking promo. I feel like she was scared of having low album sales because now we're in an era where if your first week sales are low, then they consider that album to be trash.
Also, shout out to Nicki Minaj. She has an album out right now called Queen, if I'm not mistaken. And from what I hear, it's all mostly positive reviews.
Did you listen to any song on it?
Absolutely not. But from what I hear, it's a great album.
I'll listen to it. I think it's cool. It's cool. I like.
I know she has one track on there where she's like snapping on everybody's like sending shots towards multiple people.
Have you ever heard?
I was upset about it.
Dreams of fucking R&B chick by Biggie.
No.
Damn, nigga.
So
anyway, so
I have a different mind.
So
when you
that
said dreams of effing R&B chick. There's
Biggie.
also a line from the next person that we're about to talk about who says the same thing. Teyana Taylor.
Well, again, obviously, when Biggie is a reference, it's like all over the place. So that song was pretty much it was inspired by Biggie because Biggie did the same thing with R&B chicks. You know, if you guys are familiar with that.
So he was like calling out.
Yes.
Okay.
So exactly. So she did the same thing with her little twist to it, even though Lil' Kim also did that years ago. But you know, whatever. So we're not gonna get into them. Nicki Minaj, Lil' Kim. So yeah. So she her album was cool. I thought it was cool. I liked her previous albums better. I think that she could have cut some of the shit down. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the shit was like it's like dead weight.
Only Nicki Minaj
I hate dead weight songs
that I really rocked with. Or album that I rocked with was the one that she released twice, Pink Friday.
I don't like the fetish. No, she released like three or four times.
And she wanted you to buy them all
Pink
3
Friday
times.
Deluxe.
Yeah.
Pink Friday
like
Reloaded.
Special edition. Yeah, Reloaded.
Pink Friday Deluxe Reloaded.
I'm like, yo, this is
Pink Friday again.
And like
but we're Deluxe this time. Reloaded.
CD or
2.
Each edition had like 2 additional songs to it. Which
is
wild. But no, that was only Nicki Minaj album that I knew about. Well, I guess at the time that I knew about, because I might have been like, was that her debut album? Pink Friday?
I don't know.
Because I feel like it was anticipated she was still on the Pink
This
Friday.
is her third album. This is her, I believe, is her third album.
So yeah, it's probably about right. I'm pretty sure.
But I don't know. I think the first one.
Way too late to do that.
I think the first one was Pink Friday, and the second one was Pink Friday Reloaded. So it might have been. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't really listen to Nicki Minaj that much. I'm familiar with all of her track listing.
Yeah.
I listen to her singles. I listen to the standout tracks. And that's pretty much it. But I did listen to this whole album, and like I said, I thought it was cool. So back to the topic of her and Safaree. I think that because she didn't just address Safaree. She addressed a lot of people. So I think that again, she's scared of having low sales because not only is she doing interviews when we don't really know Nicki Minaj to do many interviews, but now what they're doing now
that's pretty normal though. When
Nicki Minaj
album coming out, you gotta promote yourself.
Some people, but Nicki Minaj hasn't really been fucking with the media for the last few years.
Honestly, it's a place where no matter how much you F with the media, when you have something to promote, you need them. At the end of the day, you need them to.
It depends on who you are. Because if you Beyonce, no.
Yeah, I was thinking about that on the drive over here too, but it's only a handful of people that can.
But release an album she shouldn't be one of those people.
Have no publicity behind it.
She shouldn't be one of those people. Allegedly, she's the queen. At this point in time, I'll consider her the queen. You know what I'm saying? She at this point in time, who's the queen?
Well, no, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying.
Who would you say is the queen?
No, I'm not disagreeing with you.
So do you agree then?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm agreeing with you, but it's a thing where she's a big fish in a pond full of no other fish.
But you know what it is? It's because of the hate that people are pitting Cardi against her. So
oh yeah, wait, never mind. Yeah, Cardi.
no other fish. And we forgot about
sorry.
Cardi.
Yeah, Cardi is. As far as personality goes, I'm way more on the side of Cardi B than I'm on the side of Nicki Minaj. Because when it comes to promoting your stuff or just being out there to the public, to the media, or for people in general, to regular people, I way rather rock with Cardi than I would with Nicki. I'm not saying that Cardi B is a better rapper because I'm pretty sure. Well, yeah, Nicki Minaj is a better rapper than Cardi B. Let's get that out of the way.
Well, let's stay on topic. Let's stay on topic because that in itself is different because
correct.
You know whatever.
Yeah.
But. Because allegedly Cardi don't write her own shit anyway.
Yeah.
But Nicki, she feels strongly about the fact that she writes her own shit. That she said this multiple times on the album and during interviews, many interviews. So she's pretty much taking shots at everybody who doesn't, every female who doesn't write their own shit, which we know is Cardi B. So pretty much a lot of the promo run is her taking shots at Safaree and her taking shots at Cardi B, and her being upset at record labels for sending girls to diss Nicki Minaj because that's what she's saying happened.
But like I said, like you're Nicki Minaj. You are the face of female hip hop. So you don't have to downgrade anybody else to build yourself up. Your records are gonna do, your sales are gonna do whatever they're gonna do, no matter what you try to promote or what controversy you try to spark up in the midst of your album coming out. So I feel like it's unnecessary for her to have to do that. But if she feels a certain type of way about some old
that's my point
shit popping up,
she feels a certain type of way. I feel like she might be insecure. I feel like because a lot of this shit might be getting to her because when you see people addressing all the big name rappers, they don't really respond to these niggas unless there's another big name rapper responding to them.
Exactly.
Like Drake, everybody disses Drake. J. Cole, everybody disses J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? Nobody disses Kendrick, not that I know of, because Kendrick is that nigga. But everybody's dissing Drake, everybody's dissing J. Cole. You don't see them respond to these niggas in their raps. Well, okay, J. Cole did it in his song called 1985, but it was more so not to disrespect them, but to give them game. So it was more so like, I hear y'all niggas using my name as clout to become, you know what I'm saying, to whatever. So, but most of the time, when you don't address the shit, it's like you're showing to yourself that you're bigger than the fucking, you're not falling for that shit.
Right.
The minute that she addressed it, you fell for the trap. You know what I'm saying? They was baiting you. They was dissing you and saying, oh, Cardi B is better than you trash, Nicki. And it became a whole Nicki Minaj hate wave. Nicki Minaj is secretly saying shit about Cardi. Instead of clarifying that shit, you got baited. And the same shit happened between her and Remy. Like, you got baited because she was talking about how much she loved Remy.
I forgot she lost that battle to Remy last year.
Yeah, Remy, she thought it was crazy, but then she put out that second track, which kind of shot herself in the foot.
Yeah,
like that.
Definitely shot herself in the foot.
That shit should have never came out.
Yeah, she could have just left it at being on top with her.
That's it. Sheether, because everything that Nicki Minaj put out after that was like, no, fuck that, nah, it's not the one. That's not working. Nope. So
this is all going to lead to, I guess, our first topic. But the second in celebrity news, at least for today. Teyana Taylor went off on Jeremih. I guess from what she says, it had to do with equal rights, and she was saying that Jeremih was being a diva because they're on tour. They were all on tour together. So Teyana was saying that Jeremih was being a diva and some other shit, and she essentially pulled out of the tour because of some shit that Jeremih did. Also, Jeremih, I guess they had like a sit down, like a face to face on clearing the air or making sure everybody's good on their stage time and shit like that. And allegedly Jeremih went out on stage and gave like a promotion, said, "Give it up to my opener," and Teyana Taylor, trying to subliminally take shots at Teyana Taylor in the meantime while she's backstage. So she didn't like that. So she went on Instagram, or she hopped on, I think she hopped on live and started blasting them for a bunch of different reasons, and then she pulled out of the tour. I say all that to say, or to lead to the first question for us to answer. What is one thing that you've done to ever piss off a girl so much to make her so angry that she'd have to express herself in a different type of way to make her come out of character?
Well, shit, that shit just happened to me yesterday. Like, literally. I mean, I piss girls off a lot.
So. Because it's certain things that you can do that'll piss a girl off, but there's a next level beyond that to where...
It depends. If it's a relationship...
It'll drive them like slashing tires level.
Yeah, if it's a relationship, a lot of things can do that. A lot of things. Like...
Oh, sorry. Not to get off or to jump back to the Nicki Minaj thing. Another thing that she said, or another thing that she did this week, I guess DJ Self gave Nicki Minaj an opinion on her album, and I guess he said he wasn't the biggest fan of it. And then Nicki Minaj went on a rant, and she said something to the lines of she's going to have people come for DJ Self just for having an opinion on, or just for not agreeing or not liking her album, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And that led to DJ Envy on Power 105.1 saying that
She's
if that
banned.
is true, then DJ should band together, and he will do this himself.
Power 105 is going to band together and
they
ban.
won't play Nicki Minaj album. So
Right.
in the midst of you, like I said, if somebody's like making you feel some type of way, you are Nicki Minaj. Like I said, at the end of the day, you are the face of hip hop, female hip hop. That more than anything will affect your record sales. Like a DJ not playing your songs at all on the radio, because that's how a lot of people get publicity still nowadays. If a DJ's not playing your song at all, then people aren't going to know that your album is out. So you're doing more hurt for yourself on this run that you're doing right now than you are helping yourself.
But then again, it's kind of two-sided, because people nowadays love controversy. So what she's doing right now is stirring up controversy. She's making it seem as if all the controversy will be answered on the album. So now, because she started doing these interviews and started having these outbursts and started going off on people, they're making it seem like, oh shit, this album might be lit then. She's talking about all this shit on the album. So now album sales kicked up a notch. I think that since her first projected sales week, her first week projected sales were like, they were pretty low for her standards. They were like 150, some shit like that, or 130, something like that. But for some people, for her, like Travis Scott, his first week was like 450 or something like that. That's a lot.
Not bad.
That's fucking phenomenal. First week,
yeah,
and then his second week is still more than Nicki Minaj's first week. So that says a lot about shit. Anyway, so
back on topic. Back onto the topic of, I guess, what have you done recently to piss off a woman to the point to where she has to come out of character or express herself in a way that she normally does not.
So what have I done recently to piss somebody off? So me and my fiance just got into it recently, actually. But it's more so like just shit that you deal with when you're in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not always gonna agree. There's gonna be things that you're gonna bump heads about. But when you be with somebody for so long, a lot of those things end up being they get more serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, depending on depending on how many times you dealt with the same thing. So if you dealt with the same issue more than once, then the more times you're gonna come across that issue, it's gonna be more serious each time. So
I feel like after the first time, or after the first few times, you realize that certain things are setting somebody off. You probably shouldn't do it again.
Yeah, but I mean, nobody's perfect, and shit happens. You know what I'm saying?
There are certain things that are avoidable if you know that.
Certain things, but it depends. Again, it depends on how it is. It depends on how big it is.
Gotcha.
You know. What about you? Last time you pissed somebody off?
Me personally, I mean, recently I haven't pissed anybody off because I don't deal with people because I don't like people. But the most recent incident that I've
you
had.
Like people, but you like werewolves.
Shut your ass up. So the. What you get for talking about people. The most recent incident I have, as far as somebody being mad at me, was, I mean, I guess it was coming up about a year or two ago when
a long ass time ago.
Well, no, I only say that because the birthday is coming up now too. The girl I was with at the time got upset at me because, and I still don't think it was necessarily my fault, but I'll take the blame for it, because she had a birthday coming up, or she had a birthday approaching, and she wanted to see me, but she also is a thing where she gave me a choice to come see her or not, and if you give me a choice of if I want to do something or not, then I'm going to choose no all the time. So,
oh my god, what the fuck? What's wrong with you?
She asked if I wanted to come out and see her on her birthday, and I told her
no.
I don't think I said no straight up, but essentially I didn't show up to her birthday
party,
little festivity.
Okay,
or whatever.
What were you
and I
doing?
was her man at the time. So what?
What were you doing instead?
What was I doing instead?
Yes.
Probably nothing, to be honest with you. I was probably just sitting home playing Xbox. But I didn't feel like
you
traveling.
chose Xbox over your girl birthday.
So this is why. Yeah, this is why.
Yeah, this together.
This is exactly why she got upset. She got upset at me.
Yeah. I understand her.
At the time, I didn't realize how important people took their birthdays. Yeah, when I told you like
2 years ago, right?
When I told you like
How
dudes
old were
are
you?
dumb, I'm the dumbest of the dumb. I don't.
Oh, you like your birthday? Oh, you fuck with your birthday like that?
You want to do what for your birthday? Oh yeah. Just let me know, and then I'll see what I'll see if my schedule's free.
Word, so you really fuck with your birthday?
So, thankfully, I've learned from my mistakes since then. I think, but yeah, at the time, I didn't attend her birthday festivities, which led to obviously an argument. I think we might have broke up for a time or for a spell after that.
Did you apologize?
Did I apologize? Probably. More than likely. And I'm pretty sure I saw her. Oh, no. What happened was, I don't even remember if I was in town. So yeah, what happened was I took her out earlier that week for her birthday, and I forgot about this. I took her out earlier that week for her birthday, and I told her like, all this stuff that you're getting, all the stuff that we're doing, this is your early birthday present. So I just assumed that.
So for you, that was it.
Yeah. For me, that's
all you get.
That's your birthday gift for me. I can't really do anything more. But then she wanted me to come out to her birthday later on that week, and then I didn't show up, and then that started the whole argument, and that led us to.
Okay, real quick.
Being here today.
Did you just not show up, or did you tell her that you wasn't gonna come?
No. She wasn't. It's the thing where I don't think she was expecting me to show up, so I don't. Yeah, like I said, I don't think she was expecting me to show up, but I didn't show up either way. And no. The thing was, she was expecting a surprise from me. So I told her I wasn't going to show up, but she thought that because I'm me, I was just goofing around and I was going to surprise her for her birthday. Like,
you goofing around, huh?
Surprise, I'm actually not coming. I don't like surprises as a person, so I just assumed that everybody else doesn't like surprises, so I didn't pop up on her, just like I don't, or I wouldn't like her for her to pop up on me. So, yeah, that's why, or that's the most recent example of me effing up essentially in relationship
so
to
pretty
drive
much
somebody over the edge.
The girl you was with, you didn't come to her birthday, and after she was pretty much planning it and expecting you to be there.
I don't think she was planning it though. I think she just had happened to like plan it like the night before.
Because she probably expected you to show up, of all people.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend.
Yeah.
And then you.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Decided not to.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
I'm not
all
the
right.
Not the sharpest knife in the drawer, and I'm not that bright. But I am a great listener.
Oh yeah.
I'm a great listener.
I don't think so.
I can draw. I take beautiful pictures.
Deflecting. All right.
I gotta hype myself up because I'm not looking good right now.
My car blue.
I got a car. I could drive. But yeah, I will admit I'm not perfect. Obviously, no one is, but yeah, I've made bigger small mistakes than most people because I am a fool. But yeah, that was it. Thankfully, she wasn't famous, so she didn't go on radio blasting me or talking about how I didn't do a certain thing.
You mean thankfully she doesn't have friends to complain about?
I didn't say that at all. I said thankfully she's not a celebrity like Nicki Minaj or like Teyana Taylor. So she didn't have the platform to put me on blast like everybody, like those other two did, and I'm squeaky clean now.
Does she listen?
Listens to this. What's up?
Does she listen?
It's possible.
Hey yo, I love you. Just so you know, I fuck with you, yo.
You still the homie. Happy birthday.
Is it
belated? By the time you see this, it'll be happy belated. By the time you hear this, might be actually your birthday. Whatever.
If you decide to hear this.
On to the next topic.
All right.
So I don't know why you proposed this to me. But step parenting.
Okay.
Can you give me a reason as to why? Because I have the question as to what.
I don't remember what my train of thought was when I was thinking about this. Because there's something happened.
Put step parenting on the docket.
Okay, let me just ask you: would you date a girl who had a kid?
Yes, I would.
Like serious a date?
What?
Seriously, like a relationship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I would. Like,
is there a limit of how many kids she can have before you're like, okay, I don't know, or how old that kid is?
That I didn't think of. Age-wise, doesn't matter. I mean, honestly, the older the better, but the number of kids.
Could you date a girl who has 3 kids?
Are they all from the same?
No.
Baby daddy?
No. Doesn't matter.
That's what I was getting at. So if a woman has multiple kids by multiple dudes, then I probably would stay away from her because that's it just sounds like a trouble or a problem waiting to happen. If a woman has maybe 1 or 2 kids by the same guy, then I'm more willing to talk to her.
Why?
The reason why I say that is, thank you for asking. The reason why I say that is because my pops did the exact same thing. He got into a relationship with my mom, and my mom had I don't know when they started going out, but my sister now is 9 years older than me, and my dad stepped into that situation being a step parent, and I'm never going to be the type of dude that'll say I'm better than my dad or I'm anything better than my dad. So if my dad could do it, then I believe mentally I could do it myself too. So that's why I'd say, also not only my dad, I think my uncle and also my brother did so as well. So because it's the thing where it kind of like runs in the family. So
y'all look for a woman who got kids.
Hey, after a certain point, after you pass a certain age,
she's sexy.
After you pass a certain age, then you can't really avoid.
That's true. It's really hard to find girls who don't have kids anymore.
Exactly. So
good luck.
You have to take on that. If you happen to have to take on that responsibility, if you're feeling the chick so much, but you know that she's feeling you know she has a child, then I feel like your emotions towards the woman should want to drive you to getting to know that child, because that's probably the biggest part of her life. So
it is.
If you're feeling the chick and she happens to have a child, then get to know. Don't run away from the child, or don't run away from the situation just because she had a child. Like, try to get to know the girl even more. Try to make her kids more involved with the situation, and
well, if you're that interested, yes.
Yeah. But you
have people that it's immature niggas that still like, oh, I just want to fuck this chick.
Yeah.
But then when you realize that, oh, this chick got priorities. This chick got a family. This chick over here, she out here doing shit with her life.
One thing I will
say,
and then
she not playing around with you niggas.
Yeah.
That shit is a different ball game.
One thing I will say though, I did. Well, I've smashed a few girls that have kids, but the most recent one that I did smash, is
this Tenderoni?
No.
Okay.
How do I put this gentlemanly?
Oh, I think I know you're talking about.
The pussy was fire, man. Like, the vagina was so soaking wet, and like
is
it's
wedding?
like a thing, huh?
Is wedding?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a thing where it just kept replenishing itself. It's like I've never experienced anything like this before in my life, and it was I think it's safe to say it's the greatest, the best, not the greatest, but it was the best experience that I had with a woman.
Did you wear a condom?
¿Qué pasó?
Did you wear a condom?
So what were you saying about being a step parent to, what's your opinion on being a step parent?
Are you a parent now with this person?
No, I'm not.
You pulled out?
Yeah, of course, all the time.
Okay.
Even with a condom.
For what? For what? Por qué?
Because condoms ain't trustworthy. They be trying to have surprises. Boop! And like, then 9 months later, it's another boop, and I'm like, nah. And then I'm boop, and I'm out of here. All right. So I guess I'll turn the question towards you. What are your? Obviously, you're not in the same situation, but what's if you had to
before I was engaged, I have dated girls with kids. I was actually in a serious relationship with a girl with a child. When I came into the relationship, the child was like 4 months old, I think, which is like
fresh.
Just came out.
Jesus.
So when we decided to become serious, which is like 2 months later, you know what I'm saying? The baby daddy was in the army, so he wasn't
he was gone.
Yeah, he was gone. So I was present. So I was like, she tried to make me that father figure. Right. I was 19. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to, because I was feeling old girl, but it's like, all right, what do I do? Like, I didn't know. She was young too. I think she was like 20. I was 19. So it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like, just me, I'm a naturally responsible guy. So
it's another thing. Women do a good job of protecting not only their own feelings, but protecting their kids from random dudes popping in and out of their life. So
yeah, but it was kind of weird the way that I was invited, because I met her at the beach. Like, it was like this is in Virginia Beach. So like, you go to the beach, you just talk to girls that you find attractive when you were younger. It was one of those situations. You know what I'm saying? I met you at the beach. We met like that next week at a fucking at the mall, and you brought your kid to meet me. So you brought your kid to meet me at the mall. Looking back now, I don't agree with that. I don't think she should have did that. You know
so y'all were scheduled to meet up at the mall to begin with.
No, this is just like, oh, so what are you doing right now? Oh, I think I'm going to go to the mall today. I think it's something like that.
Did you know she had a kid before?
No. Matter of fact, I think we was talking for like a good 2 weeks before I found out she had a kid. Like,
fair.
Then she's like, oh, you know, I'm here with my son. I'm like, oh, you got a son.
I'm sorry, you?
So again, like I said, I was young. I was 19. She was 20.
Cash in that chick. So I asked respect.
I don't expect 20-year-old girls at the time. I didn't expect 20-year-old girls to have a kid.
Right.
So I'm like, oh shit. But I'm like, you know, she fired her ass.
So wait, when you met her, when you met her at the mall with
met her at the
son. Was the son still 4 months?
Yes, that's what I met him. He's 4 months.
Oh, so he was like fresh in the stroller. He didn't know what the hell was going on. I mean, you honestly could have just left him in like the food court or something.
I could have, but
or she could have left him in like the food court or something.
She was fired though.
Okay,
yeah,
fair enough.
Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do things that you wouldn't normally do just to get what you want to get.
Honestly, if you're listening to this podcast and if you've never dealt with a woman with kids, I mean, just you know, as far as sex goes, just try it out. See.
That might be a different topic right there.
See what the experience is, and then from there you can judge your opinion based off that. I will say, like I said, one of my experiences with a woman with
baby
a child,
mother.
Yeah, with a baby mama, they've
fired.
I mean, for the most part, they've both been fired. Yeah, so yeah, you owe it to yourself. Obviously, one thing I will say about mothers or women with kids. Mothers, they've done something right to have a kid in the first place.
Yeah.
Or there's something
I see why.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, I get it now. This shit is fire. That's why.
Also, the chick that I was talking about earlier, she tried to trap me. She told me not to pull out, and I was like, "Ha, you out your motherfucking mind."
I've been in a situation where I was somebody tried to trap me, right? So this is interesting story. So I was young. I was like maybe 18, 19,
scary
right?
As shit.
It's scary as fuck, right? So there's this chick. I knew her for a few years prior because like she used to work at the store that was like down the street. I used to go to the store a lot. She had the biggest lips, and you know when you're young.
She had them DSL.
When you're young, them lips be there. Woo, them lips, huh?
I ain't talking about the internet.
So she had these big lips, right? And I'm like, oh man, she's fired, right? So I think one day we had a club, right? And then I run into her, so we exchanged numbers, and then I'm telling her to come. I'll talk her into coming over, right? So she come over my place like I think a couple of days or a week later. So we didn't have sex, but she did give me head, right? So
was it fire?
I was expecting better.
Okay.
With those kind of lips, I was expecting better, but
yeah.
it was okay. Right. So anyway, after that, like the next few days, she was like calling me like every day, begging me to come over. I want to fuck.
Oh.
And I was like, huh? I mean, like the minute I don't know what it is about like when you start to push it on me, I don't.
You gave her a blue jay.
When you push it on me, I don't want it as much anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I want to fuck. What are you doing? I want to fuck. I'm like, I like to chase more than I like to. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, of course.
So
most. Civil dudes do.
Right. So
there are some that just want.
When you're just like handing it to me on a silver platter now, I'm like, So again, I wasn't as like gung ho about okay. I actually started ducking her.
Now that you know that you can get it, it's like
you know what I'm saying. What's the fun in that? She started showing up outside of my house. Hey, I'm here. I'm at your house right now. So you're gonna let me in?
I see you got the TV on, so I just
want to fuck real quick, and I'm gonna leave. And I'm like, whoa.
No, you don't even have to take your pants off. We can just.
So mind you, this is voicemails. These is like voicemails, text messages, all this shit. I'm not answering none of them. You know what I'm saying? And like I peek out the window. And she go, I see you peeking. No, you didn't. So it was a lot of that crazy shit happening. I'm like, okay, this chick is fucking crazy, right? So I'm working with somebody who actually lives in the same neighborhood as a girl, and he's actually like at the time he was one of my close friends. So I'm talking to him like, yo, fucking chick is crazy, son. Like she like showed up at my house multiple times, like begging me to fuck. And then he told me like, yo, son, no, he said, yo, son, she's pregnant. And I'm like, oh, so she wants to try to make it seem like it was mine. So yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, so that's kind of what happened. Like, I guess it was a certain timeline. Like, I gotta fuck him now because
that way
in 3 months I was I was pregnant.
It lines up properly.
Yeah, and so like she could possibly get money from this dude, two dudes, whatever. And yeah, man, like it was to the point where she was hitting me up on MySpace. She was like sending me emails. She was it was a lot of like AOL. Like she was sending me AOL messages. This is back.
I don't know what it is about you and your AOL messages, but you.
Oh my god, you
get the weirdest AOL messages,
bruh. It was a lot of shit, and I'm like, yo, this chick is fucking nuts. So, and the funny thing is, like, a couple years later, I'm talking to this girl who ended up being her sister. Or I'm trying to talk to this girl who ended up being her sister. And then, like, she sent me a message. Fuck you, you trying to talk to my sister. I'm like, yo, your sister fired. That shit was funny.
Oh, that's your sister?
I didn't even know. I think the sister was feeling me until like, oh, no, that was my nigga. I was about to fuck with him. And sister like, I don't know. I can't fuck with you no more. And I'm like, damn it. Cock blocking ass.
Damn, so essentially you didn't get to hit either of them.
No, I just got hit from one of them.
Wow.
But
that's a tragic story.
Not really. If I'm dodging the sex, I don't think so.
Was the other one fire? Or like was the other one cute?
Fire. Oh god, she was fire.
So yeah.
Like the first one, she wasn't that cute, but she just had them lips.
Yeah.
Like them lips.
She probably had the vagina to go along with it.
I wouldn't know.
Should have tried it.
No.
That's
I don't want to deal with a year of no, it's not mine. I promise.
I will say, yeah, that's one of the scariest feelings when I'm after like 3 weeks when you think you got a girl pregnant. After she says, I missed my period. It's like, oh fuck, I gotta find a way to stop texting you for a while. So until we actually find out whether or not you're pregnant, then we can return to our regular scheduled program. Yeah, my situation with
you ever had a stalker?
No. I never had a stalker.
You're lucky.
I don't talk to that many people. Like I said, I don't like people.
Yeah, but somebody starts showing up. Well, I mean, you've had people show up unannounced.
I've had people show up, but yeah, unannounced, which
that would be considered stalker behavior.
It's stalker behavior.
So you've had girls instances where girls show stalker behavior.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. I had people pop up at my job. I had people pop up.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey,
people pop up.
How much is this? How much are these headphones?
And just turn around and just be like, I'm talking to one, like, because I work in sales. I'll talk to one customer and I turn around and you're right there. I'm like, oh shit. Also had instances where I thought I saw or I thought I seen the chick that I was referring to.
You
before.
thought you saw her?
Yeah, cause
you saw her. She ducked and hid.
Oh, she was like, I thought I was just being paranoid and I thought she came to kill me because the chick that I was talking about before, like the one that she wanted me to, the one that tried to trap me essentially.
Wedding.
Wedding chick. I stopped talking to her because she started displaying very crazy tendencies.
Yeah.
And so I ghosted her. I deleted her off of Snapchat.
You blocked her?
Yeah, I blocked her off of Snapchat. I didn't delete her. I didn't just delete her. I blocked her off of Snapchat. I stopped answering all of her text messages. I didn't know if she knew where I worked at or not, but if she did, hopefully she got the wrong address or the wrong company. And pretty much I went away from her.
How many times have you had to block a girl?
Once.
On social media.
That was only one.
Only time you ever blocked a girl.
That was the only time. I've been blocked before, but that was the only one that I actually went out of my way to be like, yo, you are bugging my nerves. You are in the way, and you're asking way too much from me that I don't want right now, so I'm cutting you off right now. And then I blocked her. And that's the woman that I thought, because I was
fire.
Well,
she had a fire, boom, boom.
That's the chick that I thought showed up to my job to like throw acid in my face. I got this weird thing where all the chicks that I've done wrong, I feel like they're going to come into my job and then throw acid in my face and then ruin my whole life.
What do you consider done wrong though?
Sleeping with them and then never calling them back.
Did y'all have talks of possibly starting something?
I didn't. But she did ask me, like the chick that I was referring to before, wedding. She asked me how I felt about raising a kid that's not mine, and I told the story about my pops, and I was like, so yeah, I'm not against it.
If I was into it,
but
if you were into it,
she took that as, if he's not against it, then he might as well be able to do it for me. And I was just saying, in general, if the person herself was on that level, then yeah, I don't have.
Let this be a lesson to a lot of you ladies that sometimes when you ask a man a question and he gives you an answer, that answer doesn't necessarily apply to you.
Yeah, don't pertain to you. Just because you
it
ask
could just be an overall answer. It could be an answer of if I'm interested in the situation, then this applies.
We're dealing with the perfect circumstances in the perfect world, and yes,
you have the rules and then you have the exceptions.
Yeah.
So sometimes you're the latter.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
For you, yes. Because niggas do not care.
Hey man, you ask us a question, you don't ask us specifically, then we're gonna give you an answer.
Because a lot of times they do that. It's like general shit. Oh, so how do you feel about raising a kid that's not yours?
Yeah.
How do you feel about raising my kid? That's what you need to be asking.
That's what you should have said.
So Lil Dante, would you be a daddy to Lil Dante? Wait a minute. We just met.
I think I left my keys in the car, so I gotta try to find a way to unlock them, and I'll be right back. Yeah, that's when you
at Domino's? I'm gonna go get some Domino's because you look like you want some breadsticks.
You want
some garlic bread right now. I can tell.
You want some cheesy bread, don't you? You a cheesy bread type of girl.
You a cheesy bread bitch, ain't you?
I'll try to avoid the potholes so they can come fix it later, but I'll be right back, and then
me and Dante can shoot some hoops. You know what I mean? Talk on this little nigga. All of that.
You gotta go some early. That way you don't get into that situation.
What's your address? Just text it to me. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna find it.
So, in conclusion, we are not against being stepdad, or I'm not against being a stepdaddy to a woman if I'm that interested in her. Malcolm was not at one point in time.
I was a stepdaddy.
Yeah, he was actually a stepdaddy at a point in time. He was not against it.
I raised that child for like a year.
That's too many years.
Too many.
Too many days. Malcolm is definitely against it right now. Raising somebody else's kid. Obviously, that's not his.
I'm raising my own kid.
So if you ladies, like Malcolm said, if you want to ask a dude if he's
don't be indirect.
If you want to find out if a dude is stepchild or stepdad ready, ask him personally. Have that sit down with him. Make sure
before
you specify
you have sex, obviously, because you don't want this to become pillow talk every time you have sex with a guy. Oh, so how do you feel about raising a kid that's not yours? That shouldn't be pillow talk. Yeah. That should be a conversation you have while you're dating.
Yeah, at a movie or outside at a dinner or something.
Because for women, their child is the most important thing to them. Right. So when they decide to start dating again, they want to make sure that the person they're dating has their child's best interest in mind. In case that, so if you want to step in, you're really stepping in. So,
also, dudes, don't fuck around with.
I'm not telling y'all women to not fuck around who y'all want to fuck around with.
If you
do that, but
if you're open to the idea of having sex and you don't really want a relationship, then do that. Make sure you just wear protection.
Right.
End of the day.
Or if you don't want to wear protection, don't. Listen, I'm not telling you what to do. I would never do that.
We're not your parents.
You do what you want to do, ladies.
If you want to feel so much better, then you might as well take the thing off.
Hey, listen, hey, that shit feel good, don't it?
All right, so on to the next
that
topic.
Extra sensitive shit. It's not.
Mr. Boy Tonight. So also, like, my coworker told me that I guess lifestyles have a water-based lubricant to them, and
I don't know the way that sounds.
Well, evidently it's supposed to make the vagina more fluid, as opposed to like not Magnums, but what do they call it? Trojans. They dry out the vagina. So I haven't tested that theory out because after she told me that, she also gave me a test on HIV, and she come to find out, thankfully, I'm negative.
She gave you a test?
Yeah, she gave me a test, an HIV test. Thankfully, I was
your
negative. Your
coworker?
Yeah. She's like a nurse on the side, or she
like at work. Like what she took your blood?
Primarily a nurse. Yeah.
At work.
Yep. She saw that I was.
That's not weird at all.
I told her I was.
That's not weird.
Because I told her I was talking to one of my coworkers, or I was messing around with one of my coworkers. She was like, "Oh no, we gonna."
I know exactly what you're talking about
right now. I was like, all right, so.
What's the name of that hotel?
Yeah. So.
What's the name of the hotel?
On to Sinesta, the one that we got kicked out.
That one, Sinesta chick.
Yeah, Sinesta. We got kicked out. Oh man, that's another story.
Wait, you went raw on Sinesta?
On to the next topic.
Damn.
A couple weeks ago, Mr. Too Nice. Well, I'm clean, so we're good. You told me that your boy's girl approached you.
Okay.
Trying to fuck. Okay. And you said you turned it down.
Right.
It was, I guess she's getting married. She's like dark skinned.
Now she's married.
The dark skin lights and the people.
Right.
We have. So when it comes, I guess it's like two separate topics we want to get into. When it comes to dating exes, what are your opinions on dating somebody else's ex
Okay.
And then we're going to jump into the topic of how do you feel about talking to your own ex, or after you break up with somebody, what the process is after that.
So,
I gotta charge the camera, so you take over.
You gotta do what now?
Charge this camera.
You ain't charged it beforehand?
I charged it for ever. Oh shit, now we're good. We'll make it work. So
is that 2 bars?
Yeah, we're at 2. So
okay, all right. So
first start
when I was in
dating your friend's ex, or
so when I was in college,
you be able to, or what the rules are behind it.
All right. So when I was in college, my boy was dating this girl, and my boy, he's the type of dude that he could have pulled some bad bitches if he wanted to.
Oh yeah, you say he like ugly bitches.
He did. So the type of chicks he would go after would be chicks that aren't very attractive, right? And
he had the great personalities.
All of us, all of our friends, our circle was like always confused. Like, yo, what are you doing, son? Because it would always be these bad chicks who would be into him, and he would just like curve them for the ugly chick. Like, he the type of nigga that he walk into the club, these bad bitches walk up to me, he was like, nah, bitch, get the fuck out the way.
I know what I want.
So I want that bitch by the garbage can, eating them banana peels.
Banana peel?
Banana peel eating bitch. Come here. So
in the club. Why you eating the banana peel, not the banana?
Nah, son. She know what you're doing. It's calcium in these. Extra potassium in these fucking banana peels.
You see that brown part right there? You gotta eat around that. You gotta make sure that the yellow part is right.
That vitamin D and that shit. So this nigga, he was the type of dude that would always, at the time, he was going for a lot of girls that weren't attractive, right? So
they weren't attractive to you.
To a lot of people, to the masses. So anyway, so he was dating this chick, and she wasn't very attractive, but we were all dorming at the time. He was my suite mate, meaning that it was 2 rooms in a dorm. I was in one room, he was in the other room. So we didn't have roommates. We weren't roommates with each other, but we were in the same suite. Anyway, so this chick ended up like moving in. She was there all the time. So a lot of times when I'm like, I was like getting myself ready, washing my face or whatever in the sink, she would like say things like, often it was like say shit. I always thought it was a joke, and then but like one day she was like, oh, okay, so Malcolm, let's fuck. Like,
I'm sorry, let's what?
She said, let's fuck.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, oh, you wild, son, you wild. And she said, no, I'm dead ass. Like you want to fuck? And I'm like,
she said, look at me. I'm the captain.
Like, if you saw her, you would think that's her voice. So she's like, yo, let's fuck. I'm like, whoa, what? And so I'm thinking that it was a joke, but when she said it again, I'm like, okay, no, she's not joking. And she's like, no, I'm dead ass. And I'm like, okay, I don't even remember what I said, but I was like, okay, no, fuck. Like, whoa, no.
No. What we're not gonna do is we're not gonna fuck. So
that was the instance, right? So pretty much, I did not fuck his girl, even though she offered it to me.
Good
because
man.
Whatever. But would I mess with my friend's exes? Most likely, no. Probably no. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that.
Why is that?
Because I don't know. I think that's crossing the line. Depends. Like it depends on the situation. Because if you're dealing with like one of your close, like this is an ex that you was really in love with, and then next, you know what I'm saying, then she was talking to your boy. It could be a situation of she's trying to get back at you in some way. It could be some spite there. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be the guy that's adding fuel to that fire. Because you're my boy, you're my man. So I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to step on no toes. Because there's a lot of women out here saying no to 1 or 2 is not going to hurt me. It's not going to kill me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just that type of guy. I'm not gonna step on no toes. I'm not gonna get into no bullshit. I'm not gonna add fuel to no fires. So if my boy exes try to fuck with me and whatever, no, I'm cool for that. Unless it's like some dude that I'm like just associated with. You know what I'm saying? Just an associate, or like this is like 10 years old type of thing, and he just literally tells me he don't care. Then it's like, okay, maybe the rules may change. You know what I'm saying? But it depends on their relationship.
I would do it.
You would?
Yep. So you might look at me a different like, I mean, I want to go all the way and be like, yeah, I'll fuck the shit out of my boy's ex. But no, like you said, it depends on the situation, or it depends on the type of relationship that they had in the beginning. If it's just a thing where they might have talked for like a few months and nothing serious came out of it, then I don't have an issue fucking another dude's chick.
Do you feel like you owe it to your boy to tell him or talk to him about it at least?
No, not if they weren't that serious and she might have just been like a hit.
But how do you know if it was that serious?
Well, if that's my boy, then he would tell me, obviously.
But what if it was like something that
if he didn't tell, or if he doesn't tell me, he doesn't.
But
know.
But if he doesn't know that you're
that
in that exactly, so how would you know?
So I would just go up. It depends on how fine the chick is. If the chick is fine, look, if the chick is fine, she got a fat ass and she saying all the right words, I might slide up in there. I'm a dirty dog. Funny. I'm a dirty dog. So I might slide up in there just because, like.
Did one of my exes DM you?
What happened?
Did one of my exes DM you?
Yeah, but it wasn't on nothing sexual.
Oh.
I forgot what it was. Yeah, it wasn't nothing sexual. But no, if
remember that? Okay, remember shoulders?
Yeah. Yeah. If it's a situation like that and the chick was fired, but you just wasn't, either you hit it and then you wasn't feeling her anymore.
Yeah, that's different. That's different.
I would jump into
because for one, I think that for one, most boys, they talk about that shit anyway.
Yeah,
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, because even you've asked me about if I smashed a certain girl that you was into.
And I've told you about all the chicks recently that you know about all the chicks that I've dealt with or that I've been dealing with.
All of them.
Yeah. I've only been dealing with like 3 of them. You know all about all 3 of them.
Tenderoni,
yeah, you don't know about Tinder yet because I don't know if it's official yet. So shut your ass up.
Anyway, so I mean, all right. So you feel like it's okay, all is fair, if she's fire.
Not only that, but it's also a thing where if my boy has moved on to a happier situation, if he's happily settled down or with a woman in a relationship at that point in time, I feel like I shouldn't have to discuss it with you that I'm talking to one of your exes. If you are dealing with your situation, you shouldn't be thinking about your ex. So that gives me time to think about your ex and give her some work for a few minutes for a few minutes. Yeah.
So how would you feel if
do nothing.
How would you feel if one of your boys was talking to Patterson?
So I'd be disrespected. One, because
a violation.
That, like I said, it's a situation where because if you know me and you know Patterson, then you know the situation or the stuff that we've been through. So it's different. We've been closer than that. Like me and her have been through a lot of shit. Also, I wouldn't like it because I know that she'd be giving that fire dome to somebody else, and that's the only thing. That's the only thing that makes me upset of thinking about my ex being with somebody else. Is that her? I don't know. Just like
word. You don't never want like that shit that going between y'all to be going on between somebody else. Cause that's all you think about. Oh my god, she by her. Fucking that nigga.
Honestly, if you. I really hope you're not listening to this shit, but it's no Refunds podcast. If you just banging the bang, then I honestly don't mind. But if she give you head, then that's some other shit. Cause her dome was.
But then
this world.
Girls have levels though. They have dudes where they perform like they be fucking out here putting on a Coachella performance when they, you know what I'm saying, with certain dudes.
Right.
Other times they get that lazy shit, that lazy doodle. You know what I'm saying?
The chicks get the lazy doodle.
Girls get that lazy doodle when they're giving head. A lot of girls get that lazy doodle.
It's the thing. The thing with head is that I guess head and vagina is comparable, but head, at least because it's more intimate, I compare literally anybody else's head to that one girl's head, and if it doesn't match up, then that might change my whole perception of that chick.
So that was the best you ever had.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
So the best head for Patterson, the best pussy is wedding.
If you could put that all, if you could bundle that all up into one package with a beautiful face, then I'd be like, marry me right now. Yeah, I don't care how many kids you got. Let's do this. Meet me at the altar in your white dress.
She's gonna be brown.
We ain't get no older.
She's gonna be dark or light.
We might as well. Dark or light. You gotta be dark skinned. You know I don't fuck with light skinned chicks.
It's not true.
If I can avoid it, then
if you can avoid it. But you swipe it right. You swipe it right, and them light brights.
Hey man, they attracted. They been attracted their whole life. I ain't gonna stop them being attracted.
Did she have hold the top when she was?
So, speaking of exes,
Was there a tank top in that picture that you swipe right on?
Speaking of exes, because you obviously know that I have this tendency of holding on to shit for entirely too long. What are your opinions, whether it be on me or just in general, of being friends with your ex? Do you think there's a world where you can be in a relationship and still be friends with somebody that you used to fuck or that you used to have a serious relationship with? I feel like you can, but you can tell me whether or not you do.
So, have I been friends with exes before after the breakup? Yes. Yeah, plenty of them. Sometimes, depends on the breakup, because I only had one breakup where it's like...
There's no coming back.
No, nothing.
Right.
There's no, don't talk to me ever fucking again. Maybe one or two. But like, most of my breakups, they don't end on horrible fuck you. Most of them don't. So...
I try to do that too. Like, if we breaking out, then let's be adults about it. We know where we coming from. Let's make sure I point out your flaws, you point out my flaws. We do vice versa, and then we decide whether or not we want to go our separate ways from there. So yeah.
So like with me and some of my exes, we tried to maintain, not like directly after, because obviously you have to go through that little grieving period, but like a few months down the line, we try to, like, I guess, maintain something, but it doesn't always work in that way. Because you've been there once where we was in the club and I ran into my ex. Hey, Tommy, I need you to give me a ride home, girl.
Rubbing feet in AC.
Did she have her feet in your seat?
What?
No, you did. Oh, never mind. Anyway, so
you was definitely rubbing somebody's feet.
No, that was different. That was the what the fuck was that?
Think about AC. We've been to AC so many
times.
That
was AC.
Like,
no.
I'm
talking about the time we went to Newark. We went to that Newark club, and you gave me a ride and old girl a ride.
Oh shit! I don't remember that.
You don't remember that one? Okay.
No.
So it was the same when I was in your DMs.
Oh fuck.
So okay, it was a situation where me and Simon went to the club, and what happened to be at the club was one of my exes. So it was weird because we hadn't talked in months, but for some reason we in the club and we started vibing again.
I can tell you what the reason is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we started vibing again, and it was like, okay, well, fuck it. Who'd you come here with?
For those listening to the audio version of this, I lifted up a red cup and said, "This is the reason why she decided that night was the
plastic
night."
red cup. Y'all know what those plastic cups do.
You've seen movies.
Y'all know those plastic cups. All right. So so it was like, all right, well, who you come here with? Oh, just her. Okay, well, you can come home with me. I'll take you home. I can take you home in the morning, and she obliged, and you gave us a ride. This is when I was living in Elizabeth. You gave me a ride back to Elizabeth with her in the back seat.
You just being a designated drunk driver and shit.
Because you was always you're always a driver for whatever reason.
You unsafe motherfuckers.
Yeah. So she ended up, and it was like, mind you, because we broke up like a year prior, and we just hadn't talked, and we just ran into each other, and it's like, oh, all right, well, fuck it, you wanna fuck?
I still like your face. You still like my dick.
You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what happened. Like, so she came over, we ended up fucking, and it was like we kind of was fucking around again for about a couple weeks, also like 2 weeks, but then after I just fell off again. Because you know what's funny about those situations? Like, would you ever run into an ex? Like, I don't know. So do you? Okay, wait. Let me ask you first. Do you like deal with exes after you all break up? Well, obviously you do, but I just want you to answer.
Yeah, because I'm a friendly dude. Like the same way you said, I don't like breaking up with people on bad terms.
Okay.
One, I don't like that being on my conscience, and two, I don't like having people go to sleep angry because that causes people to die evidently. I don't want to die because I broke up with them.
That got extreme. Okay, so let me. All right, so have you ever been in a situation, right? So a lot of times, I'm dealing with girls that I dated before. And not a lot of time has gone by, a few months, maybe a year. And then she goes, I remember when I used to act like that. I don't know what I was thinking. She acting like she changed so much. Like, what are you talking about, son? You
I'm looking at you. I can smell that you are the exact
like
same
all she was
person
doing was like pretty much like, oh man, I was tripping, man. I was out here bullshitting. Like a lot of that, right? Yeah. And so I'm thinking, like I'm very
That's the thing.
paranoid.
Like when you are calm when you break up with a chick, they start to second guess themselves, and then they start thinking about all the things they could
was
have
I
done right in the
tripping?
relationship.
Oh, maybe I was tripping.
Then they come back to you like, oh, I'm so sorry. This is what I could have done. This is what I was doing at the time. But, I've changed now. Yeah. That shit happens.
Right. So it was a lot of that going on. And so in the back of my mind, I didn't believe it. I was not even planning on getting back with this girl, but it was like one of those things where, okay, well, I can literally just pick you up and bring you back to my place and have sex with you.
You're here and I'm here.
Yeah, like without, I don't have to work at it. I don't have to work for it because we already know what happens. Like, so it was like that type of situation. And for a couple weeks, it was back to that. But once like a couple weeks went by, she started showing signs of that old shit again. That crazy shit. Like, all right, I see why.
And this is the thing where you might have, like, when you were talking to her in the club, you probably completely forgot why y'all broke up in the first place. But after, no. You still, I got a bad memory. So once you're out of sight, you're, like, out of mind. So once I forget what drove me away from you, then it's like a fresh slate for you.
Nah, see, my thing is, I like to test my limits with people. I like to see how far you let me go. So if you're an ex and I run into you, you know what I'm saying, in a situation, a club or some shit like that, I want to see how far you gonna let me take it. Can I bring you back to my crib? A word? You ain't shit. I hope you don't got no boyfriend. Cause
you just out here fucking.
I hear fucking niggas. So I mean that's funny because that shit happened a lot. Like a lot of my exes, when we broke up, like months later, I ended up fucking them again. So.
Oh gosh, please don't.
I don't know, but back when I was younger, I enjoyed that type of shit. I don't know why, but me being older, that shit is fucking crazy. Because these girls are crazy.
No, females, women in general are crazy. I just pulled out a charger that doesn't have any charger attached to it because I'm stupid. Did I talk about what my feelings were towards being friends with exes? No, I didn't. So,
you kind of address it.
Yeah, my main thing is it depends on how you break up with a person. Which is why I advise, like, if you're breaking up with somebody and you know it's coming down the road, make sure you make it as calm as can be. That way you have something to go back to, hopefully down the line. Like, I'm the type of person where, like I said, I don't get into too many relationships, but when I do, or just in general, like when I'm talking to a female, I try to make them as calm as possible before I break up with them, before I break off ties with them. That way, like I said, whenever you want to try to mend the fences or fix things, they don't have like this one moment where you were just wilding out on them to break up with them or anything like that. Although I will say I did. One time, I wasn't even with this chick, but she had asked me why I wasn't interested in her, and I told her a bunch of harsh shit, and she still, for some reason, chose to talk to me. Like, girls I said, like I wasn't attracted to her. I only talked to you for the pussy. Your friend turned me on to you. Like, everything to get me or to get her to stop talking to me, I did, and she still just wouldn't stop talking to me.
Girls like that.
Yo, I'm like, I don't know what I gotta do for you to stop talking to me, but I would appreciate it if you really stopped talking to me, and it just didn't work. So there are situations where no matter what you do, they'll still pop up on you, and they'll still want to be with you, and it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, for whatever reason, girls like that mean shit, man.
I don't know why. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
It's like assholes.
Well, no, I guess it goes along with the well, that's been the thing for like years. Like, people or women love the bad boy, and like I've never been the bad boy, which is why I haven't had as many relationships as maybe you have had. I've always been like the super duper nice, respectable dude. You've always been an asshole. So
I've never been the bad boy though. I was more so I'm the
But you
clown.
got this aura about you where, because I guess it might be because I'm skinny too. So
I was skinny too though.
Nah, you ain't been like me skinny though.
Nah, we could. No, you don't see them them old pictures that be coming up on Facebook.
No, it wasn't.
I was skinny as shit.
And you probably had tattoos at the time. They're like, oh, you look cool as shit, dude. Like, do some things. You got tattoos, bro. Like, yeah, I didn't have all that. So, yeah, I think it's the thing where women goes for the bad. What are they going? What is the bad boy? And I wasn't always a bad boy. So, for me breaking up with somebody, it's never going to be on bad terms just because I like being a good dude. And just because I'm not, you're not going to get like a super emotional reaction from me unless you do something wild or off the fucking top to have us have a out of mind conversation or out of mind blow up to where I gotta come out of character. Essentially, you're never going to catch me out of character, so you never have to worry about me breaking up with somebody on bad terms or them having a bad memory on. So as far as being friends with an ex, I've done it. I probably will do it in the future unless I tend to, or unless I actually have a future relationship with somebody that's long lasting. I'll be friends with an ex, but I gotta make sure that it's a thing where it doesn't go any further than just being friends, especially if I'm talking to somebody else. There's the next topic, but I don't remember what the hell it is. You get me? I'm in. You gotta slide this over there.
Sorry guys, we are having some technical difficulties. This nigga forgot to charge his phone.
I swear to God, I charged
Not the phone.
shit.
He forgot to charge the camera. So I threw it.
Alright. Didn't go far.
Well, I did. It made it. You just didn't see it. So yeah. Right. Oh wait, you just zoomed in. I think.
Yeah, we're good.
Here we go. I guess I'll just edit this out. What time is it at? This is at 1:14. I'll just edit that out.
1:14.
Yeah.
Like 1 hour and 14.
Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
All right. So okay. So you said that what were you saying? I forgot.
Oh, being friends with your ex. I said I would do it because I don't break up with people on bad terms. But
Okay.
It's a case by case situation. Everybody can't be me and everybody can't be you. So
the question I wanted to ask you then.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself getting back with one of your exes?
So I'm at the point where I'm not thinking about, but I know pretty much I want to settle down soon and have kids eventually. So I don't see any of my exes being any of my
Potential?
future. Yeah, exactly. I don't see them having that potential to be in mother to my child, or actually there might be a couple, but because of the situation that I've been,
a couple,
the situations, maybe one. There's situations where
graphic design,
there's no going back from it. So I don't know. I'd say I'm looking for something new. So I want to test out the waters, but there's a possibility maybe one or two could be a future wife of mine or to me. But I don't know whether or not I want to go down that route or deal with them for essentially the rest of my life. So that's why I'm out here swiping and shit.
Because this is the No Refunds podcast, and we say shit.
No, we don't.
Without any filters and without any consequences.
That's not the name of this.
Let's go through the list. Well, I'll throw a couple names out there.
Right.
You tell me, are they wife material? For you? All right.
You don't have to go by names. What?
I'm not gonna go by names.
Well, one of them just got traded to.
Let me just go ahead. I'm sorry.
One of them just got traded to or got signed by the Rockets. So she's maybe one.
Signed by the Rockets.
Yeah, one of them got signed by the Rockets.
Which one got signed by the Rockets?
The other one is
Wait, hold on, pause. Who got signed by the Rockets?
And the other one's Patterson.
Which one got signed by the Rockets? Which one?
Who got signed by the Rockets?
Give me the general, how I would know her.
There's only one person that got signed by the Rockets recently. That was on the Oklahoma City Thunder.
What are we talking about here?
He played for the Knicks.
What are we talking about here? Oh, okay. Okay, my fault. I had a slow moment.
Jesus
okay,
Christ.
So that's the one and the two.
Yeah.
I figured that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because like I said, there's no females that I've dealt with recently that you don't know about. So
okay, but so Patterson is on that list.
I don't know. That's the only thing. It's like I don't know because every time I think that it's a different or new situation.
It's new is never new.
Comes up being the same old shit. So why would I?
So it's more so that you just invested so much, but you know that it can't progress. But because you're invested so much, it's hard to look at it. It's hard to accept the fact that you're not this. Yeah, you can't be this.
It's the thing where once you invest so much time in a person, like it's hard to
accept the fact that you're not gonna become what I need you to be.
Exactly, and to the point where if you deal with somebody new, you don't know whether or not you want to spend the same amount of time with that new person that you spent with the old person. So you end up going back to the old person. So yeah, there's two potentials, but only really like one.
So so would you give Rockets a chance, a serious chance?
I might. It's funny because you used to tell me, or you told me that I was gonna marry one day, which is annoying as shit.
But I mean,
but no, it's the thing where Rockets, she got her head on her shoulders, like she's
really good
the type of person that she is.
Really good. Let me just shout out to Rockets because Rockets is the reason that I have my career. So shout out to Rockets. Rockets is a real one.
The Rockets,
she's a real one.
Rockets know how to do it, and like she helped me out like with the with
everything,
with a lot of software, that
a lot of shit.
Like she's a definition of ride or die, and I'm not saying that Patterson is not, but it's a bunch of
there's more to it than that. Like
without beginning her personal.
I think Patterson ride or die is more so I'm gonna shoot somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
But Rockets ride or die. Let me find this bitch's information out. I'm gonna get her fired from her job.
I'm gonna ruin your career from afar.
I would much rather you ruin. I'd much rather you ruin a career than shoot somebody in the face.
So that's exactly. That's exactly.
But I'm for that. I'm for you and Rockets getting together.
Yeah, I know you are.
Even though Patterson, if you watch Patterson, I love you too. I'm for that too.
I don't know though.
But
so that's why
I'm for you and Rockets getting together.
Yeah, I bet you are.
I mean, honestly, son, she was waiting for you for like 10 years. Like, who does that?
Which is wild. I don't understand.
Right. And
first of all, I'm always astonished that people like me in general, and then I get even more astonished that people have feelings for me.
Let me tell you how much.
What the fuck?
Let me tell you how much Rockets liked this nigga. She used to call me to talk to me about this nigga.
It's gonna be your sister.
Yo, son, let me tell you what your best friend was doing. All the time, every time. So, yo, guess what I just did? I'm like, you only call me when you do one thing. So what did y'all just do? He called me over. We fucked. So she would do that every time. So, but again, I fuck with Rockets. I fuck with Patterson. Even though Patterson don't like me. I like a lot of people. Patterson, I still fuck with you anyway. But I fuck with both of them, and I think that me personally, being your friend, I think that Rockets would be the best fit for you. And I do feel like once you get past the little issues that you have with Rockets, I think y'all you like that. You know what? Damn.
It may be a little issue to you, but I gotta hear that shit.
Just cover mouth, yo,
every day. You got anything else you want to go over, or you want to talk about, you want to close with today before I wrap this thing up?
Let's see. We have a few topics left, but we know what we're going to do. We're going to say those for the next podcast. So that means y'all got to tune in for the next podcast.
Oh, gosh. So, yeah, make sure you guys tune in next week when we'll be talking about porn stars and strippers.
Again.
Like every other episode, make sure you tune in to the No Refunds podcast on YouTube. It is youtube.com/BoyTooNiceTV. On the Apple podcast, it is No Refunds with $, and also on Google Play, it is No Refunds, S is $, and also on SoundCloud. The podcast is No Refunds, $. We appreciate y'all for joining us. If you stuck around to the end, like I said, if you have any questions, if you follow us on social media, Team Tommy or Boy Too Nice, leave us some feedback and also give us some suggestions for some topics to go over next week and for the weeks coming. And we'll give you a shout out on air or on this actual podcast that you're listening to. Help us help you. We're trying to grow as a community, and we need you guys to help us. And Boy Too Nice, do you have anything else you want to close with?
I just want to let y'all know that we appreciate the people who do show support to us. We are still a brand new podcast, so it's gonna take some
no shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna take some. It's gonna be growing. It's gonna be growing at a slow pace, but at one point, it's gonna take off. So when that moment comes, when it take off, we just want to remember all the people that was fucking with us from day one.
You can say,
you know what I'm saying?
There from the beginning.
Cause we're gonna take off.
We're gonna take
you know
off.
What I mean?
Like,
we out here.
Even if it's just us two, whether
that's
you're
it.
a third person or
you know
not.
What I'm saying?
So we appreciate y'all for tuning in. We'll catch y'all next week for another edition of the No Refunds.
Hopefully next week we have. Hopefully next week we might have a guest. So let's.
Yeah, you can speak.
It's gonna be a different one though.
Speak it into existence.
And hopefully next week we have a guest. So we'll see. We can't make promises because women ain't shit.
We ain't gonna have no females on this podcast ever.
We would have tried to because a lot of times we talk about shit that might come off sexist, but it's only because we don't have a
Hey, if it sounds like it's coming off sexist, then please come and join us on the podcast.
Because we love to debate. We love to like listen. I'm all for having somebody who will give me a different perspective on to how the female mind works. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to come up here, be the person that comes up to the No Refunds podcast, hit us up. Let us know that you want to come through. We record every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? And the video will be out on Tuesday on YouTube, and the audio will be out on Monday, tomorrow morning. All right. So
once again, thank you for joining us, No Refund Podcast. We will catch y'all on the next one.